Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Commit to the G.
Dog Nation, please welcome the 23rd head men's basketball coach in Georgia history, Mike White.
It is going to happen here at Georgia.
Oh, that's Jabri Abdur-Rahim from the right corner. Backdoor feed on the bounce pass from Window with a two-handed dunk.
This is Georgia basketball.
Georgia will win it. How about them dogs?
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, this is Georgia basketball. Brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Georgia Farm Bureau, always the home team. And by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont empowers Georgians by changing healthcare, making it better, more simplified, and easier to access. Real change lives here. This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now to Courtside, along with Chuck Dowdle. Here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another night of Georgia Bulldogs basketball back in Atlanta for the second straight game. But this time we are at State Farm Arena in downtown to face Notre Dame as part of the Holiday Hoops Giving event. Both teams have records of 7-3 coming into this one, and both teams are coming off a loss. Georgia dropped a 2-point decision to Georgia Tech 12 days ago, while the Irish were defeated by Marquette in their most recent outing. The game tonight will be the fourth time Georgia and Notre Dame will play, and the first time in more than a decade. The Irish lead the series 2-1. Winning away from Stegman Coliseum has been a bit of a challenge for the Bulldogs over the years. Georgia does have one neutral court win this season when they beat St. Joseph's in Daytona Beach, Florida earlier this season. Mike White's Bulldogs would certainly like to get another here today as Georgia faces its third ACC opponent this year. It's the Bulldogs and the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame coming up from Atlanta tonight. And this is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Courtside Show. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Our producer-engineer is the Road Dog, Adam Gillespie. Luke Nadkarni is our network studio host and producer. And we'll get the Bulldogs lowdown from Chuck Dowdle coming up next right here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Here's Chuck Dowdle now with our keys to the game. The keys are driven by the Ford F-150. Check out Ford F-150, the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs, at your local Ford dealer. Chuck, you got it.
Well, I want to make sure that one of my keys, like my first key, is in the starting lineup since you just dropped that little nugget. And he is, Braylon Bridges, and it's a good idea to start going inside early to Braylon. We have a size advantage over Notre Dame. 6'11", Braylon definitely inside with them. They are not a big squad. They are a veteran squad. They've got 6 graduate students on this team, and they play like that. They play like guys that have been around the game a long time, not 29 years as our student assistant there, but nevertheless, they are guys that have been around basketball, know how to play it. But we're smart if we go inside to Braylon and use our size advantage to get things going. Secondly, bench depth strongly favors Georgia. The Irish have only 7 players averaging at least, ready for this, at least a point. 1 point. 7 players. Georgia has 12. We got 12 guys that can do better than that. So let's use our bench, use it to our advantage. And finally, let's see how we respond to a 12-day game break. Practices are one thing, real competition, totally different. So this is a step up now, and we've got to be ready to answer that bell and pick up right where we left off. We could have beaten Georgia Tech, probably should have beaten Georgia Tech. Here's an opportunity to level that win, that loss at least, and make it 1-2 against the ACC, all on the road so far this season.
Yeah, it would certainly be a quality win for either one of these teams, really. Our tip-off is coming up. It's brought to you by Northside Hospital, guided by one clear direction, a mission to heal. With expertise in maternity, heart, cancer, orthopedics, and more, you can move into tomorrow with confidence. For a healthier future together, look to Northside Hospital. Notre Dame in the road colors tonight, in the navy blue, dark navy blue, and Georgia in the home whites. And it'll be M.A. Moncrief and Nate Lashesky in the center circle to jump it off. 6'10 and 6'8. And Moncrief springs off the floor and knocks that tap into the backcourt, and Georgia has first touch, and we are underway at State Farm Arena in Atlanta. The defense became open. We get it into Braylon Bridges, and there's the spin off the right block, right into the paint, and up and in good as Braylon, with his first points, ties it at 2.
Well, they've done a good job up until that possession of keeping us from getting the entry pass to Braylon.
Bridges, right block, works against Leszewski. Jump hook from about 10 feet away, good by Braylon Bridges, that time with a left hand. It's Braylon Bridges 4 and Notre Dame 4. Irish 7, Dogs 4. Here's Moncrief on the drive from the left side all the way to the basket. Off one leg, he hops it up and in with the glass and got fouled. They'll count the bucket and send M.A. to the free throw line to try to tie it for the Dogs. Roberts kills the dribble, three-point line, feeds it in left side to Bridges. He slides under the basket, scores under the bucket, and gets fouled as well. He'll go to the line. Braylon took it against the double team and muscled it up and in right under the bucket.
Scott, they have to be so respectful when Braylon fakes to the middle of the paint, like he's going to the middle there because he's so effective from in there that when they bite on that, and then he just spins on the baseline, lays it up underneath, and draws the foul. Beautiful move by Braylon.
And Roberts with a deflection and a steal picked up by Lindsey on the baseline. Dogs running the floor. We've got it to Moncrief on the block. To the trailer. Lindsey hops down the lane and lays it up from the right side. Good.
Well, nice to have him back out on the floor. His athleticism brings so much to the Dogs.
We go left wing to Holt now. Juice puts it on the floor, works above the three-point line, picks up his dribble, goes to Roberts to his right. Slow bounce pass to Lindsey with 9 on the clock. Lindsey, baseline fake, spins into the lane and rattles home a 12-footer. Kyron Lindsey with a sweet move. Had some fancy footwork there. 18-17, Dogs down 1. Rebound to Jabri for the Dogs. Georgia pushes it up right to left. Roberts with a scoop pass back to Abdur-Rahim, who feeds Moncrief, fights through 2 defenders and muscles it up and in.
He just dribbled through the squad.
Dogs take the lead, 19-18. And that's our first lead here. A good look at the basket, however. They feed it into Braylon Bridges against the double team. Jump hook, baseline good.
Well, Leszewski really, there's not much he can do. I mean, because he's got the 3 fouls, right?
Well, he's got 2.
2, okay. You don't want to pick up that third, go to the bench.
8, that's their 6th. Justin Hill answers with a quick basket to make it 27-26 as he drives in for the 2. Georgia tries to answer with a 3. There's our first, a Scana Energy 3, rattled home by Terry Roberts just to the left of the circle. And that's Terry's first points of the ball game as well. And the Dogs with a chance to take their second lead of the game. Ingram, free throw with the right hand, good for the Madison, Georgia product. His first 2 points of the game, and the Dogs are up 31-30. It's our second 1-point lead of the game. Our first and only lead prior to this one was at the 9-12 mark, but it's been close throughout. The big lead of the game. There's a steal by Roberts and Moncrief, and a lay-in, M.A. good, and a foul on Notre Dame.
How about that? And a nice steal. That was just good defensive work.
Stole the inbounds, knocked it away. Roberts tapped it away from Ryan as he received the inbounds pass, bounced right over to Moncrief. He scored. They fouled him, and now it's a Scana Energy 3-point play opportunity the old-fashioned way. Dogs have a 2-point lead and the ball, 34-32. Roberts step back 3, wide open, ripped it good. Scana Energy 3, left wing, Terry Roberts. And the lead grows to 5 for the Dogs, 37-32. Georgia with a late surge here in the first half. Georgia needs better spacing on the floor. Holt for 3, off the rim. Terrific rebound. Abdur-Rahim, and he fights for it and puts it back up and in good. He came in from nowhere and got the rebound in heavy blue traffic, Chuck.
Yeah, Jabri doing a good job hustling there. Just not, don't get me wrong, that's what that was. That was flat-out hustle by Jabri.
High right wing. Now, Goodwin flashes out, takes a pass, touches Ryan's hands briefly, back over to Hammond with 6 on the clock. There's a steal by Roberts down the lane, and layup, gonna spin in there, good. With 4 seconds to go, Roberts with the steal and the spinning lay-in. Notre Dame, late shot into the half, missed the 3, wouldn't have counted anyway. The shot clock expired. Dogs with a steal and a bucket to go into the locker room, leading Notre Dame by 5, 41-36.
Notre Dame got too cute by half in that final 30 seconds, trying to dribble down the clock to leave as little time as possible for Georgia, and then a very lackadaisical, unattentive pass that Terry Roberts was paying attention to, picked it off, and he had clear sailing. Now, he almost made it a little too close for comfort, but it fell in there, and so the Dogs get the benefit there and go out with a 5-point intermission lead.
Roberts leads the team in steals. He had 2 in that half. He's got 19 for the season. Georgia had 4 in the half, and that last one was a big one. It makes the lead a little bit larger for the Dogs going into the break. We're at halftime here in the Holiday Hoops Giving event at State Farm Arena. Georgia leading Notre Dame 41-36. Stay tuned now for Luke Nadkarni. He's standing by in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios with the Georgia Power Halftime Report. And that's coming up right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Make that change right now.
There's Moncrief with some nice work on the right block against Goodwin. He had a pivot into the lane and then a reverse pivot to the baseline and then banked it up and in for Georgia's first points of the half. The lead is still 5, 43-38 Georgia. 3-point game, Dogs in front with the ball. Bridges trying to back his man down. Fakes the pivot to the baseline, into the paint. He spins, jump hook, good. Patented Braylon Bridges right there. He's in double figures with 10, and it's 45-40 Dogs.
All right, so we're matching them so far.
Key to M.A. Moncrief. Left elbow, passes it out on the wing. Jabri, Abdur-Rahim, and Roberts. Bridges. Moncrief and Oquendo are 5 on the floor right now. Roberts with a spin move right of the lane and a soft 2 from 10 feet. Knocks it down all net for Terry Roberts. He's in double figures with 10.
It's our biggest lead, 7 points.
47-40 Dogs. Slams on the brakes, feeds it back to Jabri. He drives right side, has his pocket picked on the block. A steal by J.J. Starling, the McDonald's All-American. Euro step through the lane. It's swatted out of there by big Frank Henselem. Dogs quick inbound. Justin Hill sprints into the front court. Feeds Jabri for 3 right in front of our bench. Good. Jabri Abdur-Rahim with a Scana Energy 3 to make it 50-42 Dogs. 8-point lead, largest of the game for Georgia. Be there. The good thing about being up here, though, Chuck, is that we can see the whole floor.
Yeah, they're flying underneath us. That's the thing.
We do not get obstructed. We do not have an obstructed view. So
that's true. No coaches, no referees standing directly in front of us.
Not too bad.
On the other hand, we can't tell the officials what we thought of that call. But,
well, you were always there to answer their questions.
That's right.
And you're not courtside tonight.
You got any questions? I'm right here.
To go down and give them your email address or something. 58-55, Dogs lead by 3, trying to stay in front here on this possession. Jabri, long 2, won't go. Long rebound collected by Oquendo. We'll get another crack at it. Here's a 3 ball by Hill. All net good from the left wing. Justin Hill with a Scana Energy 3-pointer.
He's hit some clutch ones for us this season, and there's one.
And now we will not guard the inbound, but they throw it in
to
Ryan, and Terry, deflected it and got the steal, tapped it over to Hill. They couldn't get it around Terry Roberts. They couldn't beat 0 that time. Moncrief in the lane, leans in against traffic, and puts it up and in.
And then gave that signal that, hey, they're shorter than we
are. Yes, palms down on the floor.
Yeah.
1-on-1, backs his man down. Lubin, jump hook, good. He's still perfect. 16 for Braylon today. 67-55, largest lead of the game for the Dogs at 12. Hill above the arc, steps inside, feeds Roberts. Back to Hill, 6 on the clock. Hill penetrates, kicks to Roberts at the foul line. Big guy on him, feeds down to Braylon Bridges. Jump hook, rolls in there right as the clock was running out of time.
Why not go for the sure thing?
18 points for Braylon Bridges. 9 for 9 shooting the basketball today. My goodness. Georgia beats Notre Dame pressure up the floor. Jabri's got it in deep and will score with a whistle. Foul, count the basket right under the bucket. The Dogs beat the press with 3 passes, and Jabri finishes at the rim, and he'll go to the line for a 3-point opportunity.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if he finishes this 3-point play, they just hit 2 free throws. That math won't work for Notre Dame down the stretch, trading 2-3 free throws for a 3-point play on the other end.
71-57 for the Dogs, and Jabri good all net on the foul shot. He's in double figures with 10 with 68 seconds to go. Georgia taking its time, working the clock down. We'll be under a minute to go. Right now, Hill drives on the block, skids to a stop, kicks out to Roberts for 3, missed it deep off the back of the rim, rebound to the Irish. Notre Dame pushes it up right to left, looking for 3. They're down by a bunch. They missed that line drive three off the front of the rim. Rebound chased into the left corner by Juice Holt, and he collects it for the Dogs. Dogs into the front court. Georgia folks start to stand courtside and all around here at State Farm Arena. We'll have to put it up at least once. 15 on the shot clock, 27 on the game clock, but the Dogs up comfortably by 15. Roberts dribbles between the circles with his left hand, whips it right corner to Holt, moves into the corner. They defend tightly into the shot clock. He forces up a three off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound Notre Dame. Irish look like they won't put up another shot with 6 seconds to go. They'll just walk it into the front court, dribble out the clock, and take their loss and head back to South Bend. The Dogs are going to win it right now. 77-62.
Well, Scott, that's a huge win for the Dogs. They get a win over an ACC opponent and away from Stegman Coliseum. That's a big step forward for Mike White, this coaching staff, and this roster of young men.
Georgia had lost 20 of its last 21 overall away from Stegman, and we've got 2 away from Stegman this year. Not a true road game yet, but 2 neutral court wins.
St. Joseph's.
And that's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, 2 good teams we've beaten
for this program, yes. St. Joe's and now the Irish, and the Dogs get a victory over a Power 5 opponent. 77-62 is the final. And since we are up here in the mezzanine level, we're not getting a player to talk to afterward. But our IBEW player of the game is going to be Braylon Bridges.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that line. 18 points, perfect 9 for 9 shooting. He had 6 rebounds tonight.
1 assist.
He only had 1 miss at the free throw line.
Wow.
He was 0 for 1. Jabri had a terrific line, too. Abdul Rahim with his first career double-double for the Dogs. 12 points and 11 rebounds, a career high there. But Braylon Bridges, our IBEW player of the game, as the Dogs get the win here over the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. 77-62 the final. Our player of the game brought to you by the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. We are Georgia's electricians. Visit IBEW613.org. Well, let's get our Regions postgame locker room report underway. How about that after a Georgia victory by 15 points? Our final again, 77-62. Dogs defeat Notre Dame. Our Regions locker room report is right around the corner here on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Dogs do the improbable, the unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to wire to win the SEC tournament.